I want to start taking apart this Delta Rockwell Milwaukee manufactured drill press. By the serial number, it says 1952, according to a quick internet search. I can't find anything on this motor other than the wiring diagram. Tried calling Granger. I tried calling the company that Granger recommended I go to for parts. Can't find anything about that, so that's going to be run until it's done with. But I know for a fact that these bearings, this lower bearing, this middle bearing, and the spindle bearing, so I think it's quill and spindle bearings, those are toast. I kind of cleaned them out with some brake cleaner and put some penetrating oil in there and quiet them down a little bit, but they're toast. So I'm gonna take that apart. My ma works in a metal shop, and I almost sent this off to get rebuilt and balanced or trued, but she suggested I just drill a hole, see with a brand new drill bit, see how that turns out. Turns out just fine, so I'm just gonna see if I can order new bearings for it, rebuild that. Before I checked how straight I drilled, I adjusted this. Don't know what it's called, but I know this is the lock, and this makes sure that it's tight, so this doesn't wobble back and forth, fore, aft, whatever. I also made sure the spring was nice and adjusted, because that adjusts your play with this. This has most of the parts. It's been repainted once at least. Some idiot decided to bend the handle here, along with basically drilling the table in half. Made me believe that this thing needs help. So I'm gonna rebuild it. Don't know if I'm gonna repaint it just yet. Probably just gonna put new bearings in it. Maybe some new hardware. Maybe weld the table. Have that machine flat. Get a cross slide XY table, or vise for it. Maybe make a custom one. And then after that, consider polishing the post, paint. It does include, or it does come with, or it did have the belt guard. So I have that. The reason I know it's painted, the inside paint color is different than the outside. Nameplate's got paint all over it. They probably wanted to match the paint to the motor. Whatever. So, I don't know. Belt. Not sure how old that belt is. That says 55. That looks like a catalog number, and then 55. Maybe that's the year. Who knows? These apparently were sold without motors. So, wouldn't surprise me if somebody bought it in 1952, or was manufactured in 1952, and then somebody bought it around 1955. That's when they put the belt on it. This motor, best I got from several calls to Granger, because that's the only contact for Dayton. Best I got is the wiring diagrams is 1985. So, motor looks fantastic. Though it's a class A insulation, which is pretty low grade, but it's a half horse for a 14-inch drill press, so that's pretty decent. The windings, I can't tell why. Probably originally insulated with blue, some type of blue insulation on top of the wire. Why it's turning brown, overheating, don't know. Oil, it might be oil. The motor was kind of loud, but after my special oil regiment has gotten quieter, and it only vibrates a little bit. Not sure if it's the mounting bracket or the fit between the pulleys and the motor, because it's not the original motor. Not sure. The base plate, can't see it now, but I'm pretty sure it was dropped at some point, because there's I had it on the truck. I can't remember if it was from here to here, or from this way to this way, or maybe here. There's some reinforcement, well, part of the casting anyway, where the seam is in the casting. It's got a crack in it. It almost looks like it was dropped, but it's not too bad, I guess. If it ever presents a problem, I could weld it. I gotta weld this stupid table anyway, or else make a new one. That's basically useless. Look at that. That's Swiss cheese. That's useless. Motor's decent. Vibrates a little bit. I know. I used to rebuild 3-phase electro-hydraulic thrusters, and when they're rebuilt properly, they're dead silent and very well balanced. You probably can't see that on camera. Oh, there you go. It vibrates. Probably doesn't matter too much, but it bothers me. Maybe I'll reinforce some motor mounts, put a piece of plastic or thin piece of rubber in between the mount and the motor. Try to dampen that a little bit, but I'll do that after I rebuild the spindle. Spindles first. Spindle and quill. The three bearings that are in there. Do that first. Drill a couple holes with it. Then when I'm bored, probably start doing the rest of it. Hardware and such. I doubt I'm going to bolt it to the floor. So that's why the vibration bothers me. Anyway, if you have any comments you'd like to add, ideas, thoughts, suggestions, information regarding (102-2484) or this Dayton motor, (5K449A) half horsepower Dayton motor. Appreciate your help. Thanks.